Every person you meet radiates an invisible energy. You've felt it before. It's the presence of that one friend who walks into a room and seems to expand it, making the air feel lighter, making you feel more authentically yourself just by being near them. And you've surely felt its opposite, the person who enters and the mood subtly darkens, a quiet drain on the room's vitality that leaves you feeling inexplicably tired long after they've gone. This palpable presence, this aura, isn't just poetry. One psychiatrist dedicated his life to mapping it. This isn't just your imagination. For centuries, poets and mystics have spoken of this invisible quality, an aura, a presence, a vibe. But can this human experience be mapped? One man, a psychiatrist named Dr. David Hawkins, dedicated his life to this question. After a profound personal crisis that led to a radical shift in his own consciousness, he spent over 2 decades developing what he called a map of consciousness. He proposed that our every thought, emotion, and belief vibrates at a certain level of energy, and this level determines the entire quality of our lives. Today, we will explore this fascinating map, not as a rigid science, but as a profound philosophical tool. We'll see how it aligns with the wisdom of both Eastern and Western traditions, from Plato to the Buddha, and how it can serve as a guide to understanding ourselves, elevating our emotional state, and navigating the world with more power and grace. Part 1. The framework of consciousness. Power versus force. Before we explore the levels themselves, we must understand the fundamental distinction that underpins Hawkins' entire philosophy: the difference between power and force. Force is what we typically associate with strength. It's the logic of our ego. It pushes, it demands, it controls. Anger uses force. Pride uses force. Fear uses force. Force always creates a counterforce. If you push against something, it pushes back. It's draining, requires constant energy, and is ultimately finite. Power, on the other hand, is the nature of the universe itself. It doesn't need to push. It simply is. Power is quiet, expansive, and effortless. A mighty river has power. A principle of truth has power. Love, compassion, and courage radiate power. Power doesn't create resistance. It inspires alignment. It is generative and infinite. Hawkins created a metaphorical scale from 1 to 1,000 to map the journey, from the lowest states of force to the highest states of power. The critical tipping point on this map is level 200, the level of courage. Everything below 200 operates on the principles of force. Life, from this place, feels like a struggle for survival against a hostile world. Everything above 200 begins to tap into the principles of power. Life, from here, feels like a creative adventure in a supportive world. Whether you take these numbers as literal frequencies or as potent metaphors, the hierarchy they represent offers a profound insight into the human condition. Part 2. The lower realms. The gravity of survival. Hawkins discovered that the vast majority of humanity operates below the 200 level of courage. This isn't a judgment. It's a diagnosis of human suffering. These lower levels exert a powerful gravitational pull on the soul. We can group them into 3 realms of contraction. First is the realm of despair, levels 20 to 50, which includes shame, guilt, and apathy. At this level, life feels unbearable. Shame says, I am bad. Guilt says, I did something bad. And apathy says, none of it matters anyway. This is a state of psychic death, where the will to live is all but extinguished. Next is the realm of scarcity, levels 75 to 125, encompassing grief, fear, and desire. This realm is defined by the feeling that something crucial is missing. Grief mourns a lost past, fear dreads a potential future, and desire constantly craves something in the external world to fill the emptiness within. This perfectly mirrors the Buddhist concept of dukkha, or suffering, which arises from attachment and craving for things that are impermanent. Finally, there is the realm of antagonism, levels 150 to 175, which includes anger and pride. Here, you have enough energy to fight back. Anger pushes against the world, while pride elevates itself above the world. The Stoic philosophers would call anger a temporary madness, born from the belief that the world should be different than it is. Pride, while feeling good, is fragile. It depends on external validation and lives in constant fear of being humbled. Imagine a man named Mark who loses his job. He might first fall into shame. I'm a failure. Then apathy. What's the point of even looking? He might then be consumed by fear. How will I pay my bills? Which eventually hardens into anger. My boss was a fool to let me go. When he finally lands a new job, he might radiate pride, constantly telling everyone how much better this new role is, even if it isn't. His entire experience is a journey through these states of force, each one a reaction to an external event. Part 3. The higher realms, the expansion of the self. To cross the threshold of 200 is to summon courage. Courage is the first level of true power. It's the willingness to say, my life is not just a series of reactions, I am responsible. This is the cornerstone of Jean-Paul Sartre's existentialism, the understanding that we are condemned to be free and must take radical responsibility for creating our own meaning. This is where the journey of ascension begins. The first of the higher realms is the realm of agency, levels 200 to 310, which includes courage, neutrality, and willingness. Here, you are no longer a victim of the world. You are an active participant. You are flexible, optimistic, and dedicated to growth. You see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities. Next is the realm of understanding, levels 350 to 499, the levels of acceptance and reason. Acceptance is seeing reality as it is, without judgment. The philosopher Spinoza urged us to view the world sub specie eternitatis, from the perspective of eternity. From this viewpoint, you see the intricate web of cause and effect, and can understand why things are as they are, without needing to label them good or bad. Reason, the level of science and philosophy, builds upon this. It's the level of Einstein and Newton, a place of brilliant conceptualization. Finally, there is the realm of being, levels 500 and up, the transcendent states of love, joy, and peace. The love Hawkins describes is not the conditional love of romance. It is agape, an unconditional, unwavering love for all of existence. It is the palpable warmth you feel from a truly benevolent person, like Mother Teresa, who was calibrated by Hawkins at over 700. Joy is not happiness, which depends on external conditions, but a constant state of contentment that radiates from within. And peace is the state of unity that the Taoists call Wu Wei, effortless being, in perfect harmony with the flow of the universe. How to ascend the map. So, how do we move up this map? Hawkins's research suggests that while our energy level only rises by an average of 5 points in a lifetime, conscious intent can dramatically accelerate this journey. The path isn't through grand acts, but through small, consistent shifts in perspective. The secret is to consciously choose power over force in every moment. This means choosing compassion over judgment. It means choosing to forgive rather than to hold a grievance. It means taking responsibility instead of blaming. It means choosing to appreciate rather than to crave. Hawkins suggests that a simple, powerful tool is to consciously curate your environment, to associate with high-power people, art, music, and ideas that elevate you, and to have the courage to walk away from low-power influences that drain you. Ultimately, the catalyst for all upward movement is a single intention: the desire to shift from a selfish perspective to a selfless one. It is the choice to value the well-being of the whole over the gratification of the part. Each time you make that choice, you raise not only your own consciousness, but the consciousness of the world. As the poet Rumi wrote, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." The journey up the map is simply the journey of realizing that truth.